Hi there, Mark Jamin here, Medical Director for the Haywood County Health Department, and let's talk about this pandemic. Time once again for the weekly update. So overall, the numbers continue to improve, but not so fast for Haywood County, where our numbers are a bit up. So please share this with someone you care about. Around the country this week, we continue with no states in the red. There are now just 6 states in the orange, that's down from 16. And we've moved from 34 states now in the yellow last week to 44 this week. The lowest rate now is in the state of Vermont, but still no states in green. For our neighbor states, all are lower this week and in the yellow. South Carolina back into the yellow, while Tennessee and Georgia remain in yellow. North Carolina down some more, from around 900 new cases a day average last week to 790 new cases each day this week. That's similar to where we were in June 1 of 2020, and at a level we never got down to after last summer or this winter. Hospitalizations continue down. Deaths are, however, increased from 14 up to 17 per day in the last week. What we should be looking for in the state is 100 new cases per day average and 1 to 2 deaths per day average. So still not quite there. This week, only 1 county in the state in red, and it's not here in western North Carolina. Although Graham was briefly in the red midweek. We'll get to that in just a minute. There are now 21 counties in the orange. That's down from 34 last week. And recall, orange represents continued significant spread. There are 75 counties, now 3/4 of the state, in yellow. That's up from 64 counties last week. And now there are 3 counties in North Carolina in the green. In western North Carolina, as of May 30th, 10 of the 11 counties that we have been following are in the yellow. 8 of them less than 5 new cases average per 100,000 population. But Haywood County is not one of them. Graham, as I said earlier, was in the red midweek. They went from around 7 new cases per week, doubling to 14 new cases per week. And they ended the week in the orange, just below the red. As far as test positivity, remember 5% is the important threshold. North Carolina lower again this week, down to 3.1. And the award this week goes to Madison, now under 1%. Jackson and Haywood, however, were slightly higher, although still under that important threshold. As of Friday, Haywood County has seen 4,450 residents test positive. And you'll notice in the curve how we are now trending above the predicted, something we have seen actually ahead of each of the previous spikes. That's an increase of 41 new cases over last week. The previous week we had added only 27. Definitely a tick upward this week after several weeks of a downward trend for Haywood County. No additional deaths here reported this week. We remain at 99. And Haywood Regional had an increase to 2 to 3 COVID-related admissions this week compared to 0 to 1 last week. So, the trends continue downward across the country, the state, and the region, but not for everyone. And as people stop wearing their face coverings, stop being careful to distance in high-risk situations, as family gathered for the holiday this weekend, why will we not see an increase in cases? We've seen it every other time in this situation. An upward tick preceding the holiday, and then an increase. With the vaccination rate somewhere around 40 to 50%, certainly we have a better chance to not get a huge spike. But that does not mean that people are not getting sick, not getting hospitalized, and not dying. So don't be one of those people, and don't cause someone you care about to be one of those people. When we have sustained the lower trends for 2 to 3 months, then we can really start to believe that we are there. And that's not yet. For Haywood County, that needs to be 2 to 3 new cases on average, less than 20 per week. This week we increased up to 6 new cases average each day, and 41 for the week. Dangerously close to going back into the orange. If you have doubts about whether to get vaccinated, or you want to talk about this with those you care about, look into the series among these videos, Why Even Consider Vaccination, now with 7 episodes. And as much as we would like to be out from under the shadow of this virus, it's not time quite yet. The choice to be careful is yours to make. So be well and be careful, especially right now.